I am not insane. Insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different outcome, is insanity. I am not insane. I live in the mental. What is the mental? I live in the mind, the mental realm, the mental, the spiritual, the physical. It's 3 realms of life, you know? And we all live in the mental. When you dream, you're in the mental. I dream in the mind. I visualize. I see what I want in my life, and I obtain what I want in my life. That is not insanity. To the 3rd dimensional, which is the physical, 3D, you might be looked at as insane. Someone that talks to themselves, someone that doesn't function in the regular way that everybody else function in, is looked at as insane, schizophrenic, delusional disorder. All these different things to classify someone, you don't even know what a reality they're personally experiencing. To them, they might have that entity, but to a different person, it's nothing there. Insanity, crazy. But me, not insane. You have to see what you want in your life before it becomes fruition. You have to put in the work and the time to that avenue. I've talked about on this channel before. I look at life like a boat. It's like a boat. You can get stern this way. You can go straight, pat down the river. You can go this way. You can go that way. You can go that way. These lanes in the river are all realities. So I gave this concept to a friend of mine the other day that want his life to change. I told him, I said, bro, you want your life to change? Why do you think your life is in the way that it's in? Look at what you do. My friend, he's a guy that, can I say he's a trapper? I think he's been evolving. He might even see this, I don't know. He said he hates the people that, not hates, but he don't like the people that he's around. They give off bum energy. They just don't seem like they're gonna be nothing in life. But why? He be around folks that sell, drug, rob, rap, don't work, don't have aspirations, not in school like some others. They just aren't hungry for that grind and dedication, you know. And you hang around them people are gonna put you in those same type of situations to be in altercations that can go south, you know. And you see why these certain people, what are they focused on? Women, things that have no substance. So I told him, you have to get on your boat, and being around, letting this passenger on your boat can stir you down this path. Oh, you could possibly end up there. You go this path might lead you to jail time. Or you can go this path, you cut all these passengers off, you tell them to get off your boat, and then you go down this path. And that's a path to success. You find you a good opportunity around the right people. That's success. It's all how your life, like I talked about before. Life, I know a lot of people might not think about these concepts, but it's like I talked about. It's a concept of parallel universes. There are so many alternate timelines. All these timelines, I forgot the concept, all these timelines actually exist in the ether. The ether is the mind, the mental. They all exist. Spiritual is the soul, the spirit, the ka, the ba, the yin, the yang. They all exist in the mental. It's up to you to decide which ether reality gets pulled down into the physical, the 3D. You decide it up here. Every night when you go to sleep, you blank out for a moment. And you feel like you just instantly back, right? Hours pass by. Your mind is in a different realm. Everybody knows what sleep paralysis is. It feels like your body can't move because the brain secretes a certain hormone and your mind is somewhere else. You're either in the dream world, which is the mental, or some people even get into the astral dimension or the ethereal dimension, which is also known as the real time dimension. And that is another version of the physical, but only experienced through your mind split, which some might say that's your soul leaving your body every night, and you're in the ethereal. And then you can go even further into the astral, which is, if you ever seen the movie Soul, they was in the astral realm. Or if you've ever seen the movie Doctor Strange, Strange meditates. He gets so closed off, it's like to almost a stage of sleep in the meditation, and your projection of self comes out your body. And in this, is so many different possibilities and pocket realms in these dimensions. You know, they say your body can do this. You look at astral projection. It's talked about by a lot of celebrities. Basically, what I'm saying all that to say is all these things exist. You can pull all these dimensions down because there's somewhere out there in here they exist. As above, so below. As within, so without. You ever heard of the esoteric knowledge terms? Everything exists mentally. I have a book I read probably when I was in 7th grade. It talked about scientists did an experiment. I have 2 experiments to talk about. Scientists did an experiment, and the experiment was they looked deep inside the human mind and brain, and they looked and they seen like space. You go deep and deep into the mind, into the brain. You look very deep, and you see space, like things in the brain that look like stars, things in the brain that look like planets, look like all this thing inside your mind. All that stuff is in the sky. That goes back to the as above, so below. As within, so without. Everything that you see is a projection of your mind, because at the end of the day, like I talked about in a past video, when you cease to exist in this realm no more, it's like none of this even exists no more. You're in a whole different reality at that point. You came into this world by yourself. You're going to leave by yourself. So it's up to you to discover who you are as yourself. Live in the mind. Live in the mind. People love to talk about manifestation, law of attraction. Oprah Winfrey, Will Smiths, Big Sean's, all these successful people talk about they've seen themselves in these nice houses, selling out shows. NLE Chopper is a video, you can go find it now. He talks about when he rocked out that one show, he was like, that's literally the visions he was having in the mind. You have to see all this thing in the mind. What you want for yourself and you want your to be successful, you have to see it inside yourself before it becomes outside of yourself. That's what goes back to as above, so below. Because all of this stuff exists as possibilities, but it's up to you to decide which lane and which possibility is going to show itself into fruition. If that be grinding towards whatever you want, if that be effing off into whatever that's going to lead you into being the bum on the streets reality. It's a reality that you're a millionaire, a billionaire, whatever. It's a reality that you're dead. It's a reality that you have 20 kids because you went down that path of lustfulness. It's a reality that you have no kids because you sold them to yourself. All of this stuff exists, and it's all on what you decide to do. Just like they say, sometimes you end up in the wrong place, wrong time. You know, it's something called the Akashic Records, saying that everything, destiny is already written out for you, but you can decide in the moment what's going to happen, but it was already foreseen for you. But that's a whole different conversation. But right now we're talking about the now, what we know. So what we do know is that you choose what you want, and you got to live it inside yourself before you can live it outside of yourself. That's the quote of the day. How they say, you know, some people be like, fake it till you make it, because if you instill inside of yourself that you're literally the celebrity, that you're literally having all the ice, you literally having all the chains. Lucky just had a video the other day. He literally used to rap about all the Bentleys and cars he had, and he had nothing. Then you do it so long, you program the mind to thinking, you put it into the universe, then it comes back into fruition. That's all I'm gonna say. Live in the mind.